Okay, to solve question 51, as we take a look, we have, in essence, two radical expressions, the same as raising something to a rational exponent, but they are isolated, one on each side. When we take a look, to get rid of this rational exponent, or to change it basically just to 1, so we can get rid of the parentheses and isolate x to one side, what we can do is we are going to raise this to its reciprocal power, because when you multiply, or when you raise a power to a power, you multiply exponents, and when you multiply a number by its reciprocal, it's always 1. And then we can go ahead and get rid of those parentheses and work from there. Now the question is whether we're going to raise it to the third, because if we raise both sides to the third power, we're still left with 1/2, and then we have to square it, or we could just raise both sides to the 6th power to begin with. So even though this isn't going to be 1, it's no longer going to be a rational exponent, so that's good. On this side it will be 1, so we're just left with x plus 1. So now from here we can just go ahead and FOIL. When we FOIL, we get 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals x plus 1. So we have a quadratic equation. The way we solve quadratic equations is by factoring, or using the quadratic formula. In both cases, it has to be set equal to 0. So we're going to subtract x. We're going to subtract 1. In this particular case, I guess our factoring becomes much easier because we no longer have a constant term. All we have to do is pull out our GCF, or our common factor of x. We're left with 4x minus 5. That is completely factored. So our zeros are x equals 0, 4x minus 5 equals 0, so x equals 5 over 4. Now let's plug both of those back into the original to see if both of them work. So we have 2x minus 1 raised to the 1/3 power, so that's going to be negative 1 to the 1/3 power. That's the cube root of negative 1, which is just negative 1, equals 1 to the 1/6 power. The 6th root of 1 is equal to 1. So as it appears, 0 does not look to be a solution, so this is extraneous. So let's try 5/4. So we have 2 times 5/4 is 10/4. Minus 1 is 6/4, or 3/2. So we have 3/2 raised to the 1/3 equals 5/4 plus 1 raised to the 1/6 power. So 5/4 plus 1 is 9/4 raised to the 1/6 power. Now, this looks as if they're not equal, but remember, we do want to simplify this. We can rewrite 9 as 3 squared and 4 as 2 squared. So we can rewrite this as 3/2 squared raised to the 1/6. When we raise a power to a power, we multiply. So what we end up with is 3/2 raised to the 2/6 power, which is also to the 1/3. So that does in fact check out. So this is our only solution. 5/4 x equals 0 is extraneous.